Long story short, I was the one who messed up. Late last year, we hit a rough patch and I flirted with another man. No sex or meets. I even gave him the info and he and this man talked. He told him everything I did. It's been almost a month and I'm just lost. I have never blamed him and I've always taken responsibility for my actions, my selfishness. Right now, he says he doesn't want to work on our relationship. He says he can't trust me. He's been going from sleeping in his car into his friend's spare bedroom. He said he paid a month's rent, so he will likely take that time to lie there and get his month's worth. I have lost without him. This morning he told me he misses coming home to someone he can trust and he's faithful to. I have made some changes as well, and he asks and he's still not ready to come home. I haven't reached out to any males and I do not plan on doing so. He's all I want. I plan on waiting for him here and letting him know every morning I love and miss him. Good night type of thing. He still comes here and sees the kids, which is great. How can I earn this trust back? Edit. We have been together 10 years. I was so selfish at that time and was only thinking of myself. He doesn't text me a lot, but I wait around other than going to gym and things with the kids just to talk to him. I really want our family and I want a healthy one this fine around. I appreciate it. I do not expect him to forget, but I would really like him to forgive me for it. I was weak in so many other things. I really hope that he comes around because I want nothing more than to prove to him how faithful I can be from now. I worry I test him too much. I just worry that if I don't, then maybe he'll really heal from all this. Now for some comments, you're leaving out a lot of info. Like what are the details of the flirting? Maybe an effort to get Reddit strangers to support you by saying that your husband is overreacting. It's harmless flirting. Like we don't know what you did. But you do, and I guess your husband knows more of the details than we do. I'm guessing you know more about what happened than your husband does. So if you want honest answers, what did you do and with whom did you do it? If you want people to say your husband is a jerk, you can always make him look like one on the internet. Look, it seems like you had a great relationship with him and he loved you. I think it was difficult for him to see you go from a 10-year relationship to another guy so quickly. BTW. I am not calling you anything inappropriate, but just stating the facts. You have to trust him and just be there for the kids. If he wants to work on the relationship, he will come around. I have a lot of respect for you by not going through with anything regrettable and stupid and telling him what happened. Hope it works out and remember that he was with you for a reason, and that reason is that he loves you and he loves you for giving him your kids. For me, it wasn't really a matter of her earning my trust back. It was more a matter of me giving her the benefit of the doubt. I decided to try and make things work. I wasn't about to throw away 19 years of marriage. It also would have created a financial mess. I know that really shouldn't be a reason, but I have worked very hard to get where we are at. We have 2 great teenagers, and I wasn't about to let them find out about their mother. So me always being against couples therapy decided it was time. I interviewed 5 therapists before I found one that could stay neutral and not point the finger at either of us. After 3 months, things are definitely on the upswing and divorce seems to be off the table. I still don't know exactly what happened, and at this point, I figure it really doesn't matter. What does matter is that I am willing to look past it all and keep moving forward. Try and get him to go to counseling with you. Try and find a Gottman certified therapist. Hope this helps. Story 2. My wife and I have our 7th wedding anniversary coming up in less than 2 weeks. We've been together for more than 10 years with no history of fighting, separation, etc. Pure bliss for me. Laughs, family trips, growing businesses, yard projects, 2 beautiful young boys. It's been a blast. Here's the rundown. This past year, my wife interviewed at a highly respected long-term care facility and was subsequently offered a high-up position by the guy who is now her boss. Since taking the job, she's talked very highly of this guy and his focus on family, success, and of course, how he believes in her ability to succeed at the company. Fast forward a few months, and there I sit, incredibly suspicious of some recent out-of-character actions. While this new role brings in some out-of-office activities, golf, fundraisers, etc., some of the stuff just stunk of something. I wasn't suspecting anything in particular, but over time, my intuition was screaming that something is wrong with someone or something. A day came in early August where she invited her boss and some coworkers over to my house for some daytime drinks. After a race, they all ran together. I thought to myself, I finally get to meet this amazing boss that I hear so much about. They arrived, and that's when everything hit me. This guy, while much older than me, is handsome for his age, almost 60, but somehow incredibly awkward. Not once did he look me in the eye, and when I shook his hand, it was soaked with sweat. That's when my intuition screamed again, steering my suspicions toward him. He didn't stay long, and he didn't interact with my wife. We took a week to go away to the beach with my wife's family. We spent every day on the beach. My wife and I took the kids on bike rides. It was pretty good. We both jumped back into a hectic work week, starting off with my wife asking if I can pick up the kids midweek so that she can go out with her coworkers. I thought it really weird that she would put a work outing over being with her son after his school on his first day. The day comes. We take pictures in the morning for my son's first day of kindergarten. Together. We walk him down together. She's rushing because she doesn't want to be late for work. I have a video of this on my phone, actually. We have been talking about this day for the entire end of preschool and throughout the summer. Here it is, and my wife is being weird, not herself. She is usually so invested in stuff like this. We got back and she was in her car and off to work, seemingly frantic. Later in the day, I pull out the phone again, hating what's become of me in this location thing. Her location, a hotel in the city where she works and we live, further from the golf course than one would expect. God, there is no way that she is there with her boss. If she is, I bet they are all there and they are at the bar getting drinks. But why at a hotel? I call the aftercare number because I can't get a hold of my wife, who is currently at a hotel with her female coworker. As I continue closing on the ramp, her location starts moving and she's leaving. And she drives by the opposite direction, getting onto the highway. Panicking at the opportunity to catch something, I don't see her car, or the car that I know her boss drives. Damn it, I missed. She went right by me. My heart is racing just recalling this moment. She must have been in a room for an hour. 3 days later, my wife and I are waking up in bed on a Sunday morning. She quickly gets out of the house for her routine early morning run. I walk downstairs and turn on her iPad, which just so happens to be one of the devices we share for music. As I am opening Apple Music to put some early morning tunes on, a text message notification pops up. I had not seen this on this iPad before. It was an emoji-filled message from her boss reading something like, "Good morning, BAE. It's a beautiful day for a run." I tap it without thinking. It opens up a subsequent message revealing that my wife actually texted him as soon as she woke up. I panicked and deleted the message. My wife returns from her run and I am angry, but I don't yell. I repeat his text message to her in my own words. She is confused and definitely weirded out. I take her hand and walk her into our dining room, sit her down, and put my eyes 6 inches from hers. Me. "What is going on with you and your boss?" Her. "What? Nothing. He's my boss. He's almost 60 years old." She looks like she's seen a ghost. Me. "We have 2 beautiful boys in the other room. What are you doing?" I explain the text messages. Her. "Nothing, I swear." Base is just something we all call each other, and he and I are in a friendly Apple Watch competition. I told him I was going to run. I swear nothing is going on. I walk away. I am thinking that I shouldn't have said anything. I should have held it together, let the text messages keep rolling in, and get my confirmation from something that won't lie to me. But I don't want to keep spying and sneaking. I am desperate for her to just come clean. Almost 3 weeks later. Sunday morning, she leaves for the gym with plans to pick me up at my business so we can ride to her brother's together. I start packing up and then look over at her iPad. I open her iPad and sit down. She had since figured out how to sign out of iCloud and stop texts from coming in, so no luck there, but an obvious sign of hiding something. I look at her boss's contact card and see she was sharing her location on-off with him the night before. I open her photo stream. Nothing weird there. I scroll down the albums. I open deleted photos. Here we go. Underwear photos. The day after we returned from the beach vacation, and the morning before her return to work. I can only assume she sent them to her boss because I didn't get them. This is far out of her typical safe zone, So now the intensity and level of their relationship is starting to hit me. And then I see what appears as an accidental screenshot that she took of a text exchange with her boss the day before the hotel. The gist is how they are planning to have lunch or something together, mixed into a swath of hearts with the kicker from the boss. "I've been waiting to see you since last Friday when you left. I'm waiting for you, babe." It reminded of how she would flirt with me back when we started out more than 10 years ago. Someone else gets to experience that now. I am absolutely convinced at this point, and the 2 months of my denying and avoiding the obvious have no more fight in this. My life is about to change forever. I drive to my business and she meets me there later as planned with the kids. We hang out for a bit, but I am still in shock. She knows something is wrong and keeps asking. We drive to her brother's almost silently. I text a partner of mine. He's known as one of the top divorce attorneys in the state. "Hey, maybe he can help." He calls me right away and I step outside. I walk him through as much as I can, stutter out in a panic. He calms me down and tells me that the only thing to do is to get her alone and put all the cards on the table. In the end, it doesn't matter how they got there. What matters is what's on them. After speaking with my attorney, we eventually head back home. Finally, after I'm sure the kids are asleep, I sit and wait in the kitchen. I ask her, "Where is our marriage headed?" I state that her and her boss have something going on, and from the information I now have, it is indisputable. She kind of breaks down, but no tears. Before admitting anything, she immediately begins saying that she has felt disconnected from me this summer. You think? The first incident here, completely out of character, happened in the first week of June. She goes on to say that they spend time together. Nothing admitted. I ask the questions point blank. "Have you had sex with him?" "No, of course not." "Has anything happened?" "No." I ask again. She finally admits they kissed. I let this set in. I ask her where. She fumbles around her mind, but I can tell it's pretend. She says after work. I ask again, "Where?" She can't get it out. I say, "Were you at a hotel?" "Yes." "Was he there?" "Yes." "Was your coworker there?" "No." "So you went to a hotel with your boss and kissed?" "Yes, but that's it. Nothing else happened." "Well, what else did you do then?" We talked. We talked about all of this. Adults don't kiss. They have sex. You didn't go to the hotel to kiss. She doesn't deny this, but she denies anything further happening. She says that she couldn't do it. She just couldn't bring herself to doing it. Like it actually matters now. We went back and forth about this with no yelling or shouting, just awful. The entire time she is saying, "I want you, I want this, I want us. I don't know what the hell I was doing." She admits that, despite some disconnect caused by her, she will come to learn, there was nothing significantly wrong with our marriage. We vacationed, made love, grew our children, dated, etc. After about 30 minutes, it all hit me like a ton of bricks. I pull it together and go downstairs to make coffee. She has no idea what I'm going to do. I hinted at divorce, but I have no clue what to do. She knows how severe this is. I saw her off to work with our youngest, and I said that it would take a miracle to fix this. I have no trust whatsoever, and it is going to be incredibly difficult to grow that again. It took 10 years for us to get this far, and we just drove off a cliff. She wants nothing more than our children, our marriage, and our life. She is going to have to pull me out of hell. I can't believe what my life has become in the last 12 hours. Update: I completely failed to mention that my wife said she has been struggling with this for a while. It's only been a couple of weeks since the last known incident at the hotel, so not that long. She says that she has canceled an upcoming business trip to California with him that I have absolutely been dreading. She also said that she is withdrawing from the program that has required her to work closely with him. They will be on opposite ends of the building. None of this really means much to me. She's been sneaky all this time. She's obviously slept with him, God knows how many times. She knew she was torpedoing her partner's life and her child's life, but she didn't give a shit. Screwing her boss was more important, of course. She feels guilty for being caught and facing the repercussions, not for her affair. You need to inform the AP's partner. She has a right to know, and let your friends and family know before she twists her own BS. Once a partner does something so cold, calculating, and callous, I believe it would be a grave error to stay with her. This isn't a situation where she had a one-night stand and is asking for forgiveness the next day. It was a deliberate and thought-out plan she kept hidden for months on end. In my opinion, this isn't salvageable. It's time to move on and put yourself and your children before her. She's not who you believed her to be. Don't put yourself through the misery and uncertainty of attempting to make it work with someone who's a liar and a manipulator. Accept the pain now and start rebuilding your life without her. You no longer owe her anything.